Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Gear Up. It's a new show hosted by myself, Rachel Moore. Should be live right now on YouTube as well as LinkedIn. So thank you all for watching. If you're watching, hopefully you're going to find something useful out of this broadcast. It is our pilot broadcast, and I think it's going to be interesting because as it happens, just today, I did get access to Facebook Rooms. So we're going to talk about that. That's going to be what we talk about. But first of all, I just want to welcome you again to Gear Up, a show about digital tools and useful stuff. I'm one of those people who adores tools. I'm the one that's Googling, how can I, what can help me, what tool will help me, what can I use to? I mean, that is my routine Google query. I always am on the quest for the perfect tool, which probably doesn't exist. But I'm always looking for it. So that's why I thought it would be cool to do a really brief, helpful show each week that's about a different tool. Some of these are free, some of these are not, but they're really useful and worth your while. So that is what I mean to bring you is basically my commentary on different tools that are out there. They might be new, they might have been existing for a while. You're going to hear my 2 cents about it. And if I find them to be useful or not. You might disagree with that, but I don't know. I try to know what I'm talking about. So hopefully you think I do too. But one thing we'll do during the show is I will give my own rating of each item, each tool. And it's basically going to be a 1 to 5 gear rating, not stars. We're doing gears here. Because if you're like me, if you're a tool head, and you, especially for digital tools, you are always looking for that little gear symbol that tells you, hey, I can get into the settings and let me see what I can do and all the things and ways I can manipulate this thing to work the way I need it to. I am all about it. So that's what I always am going for the gear. So we're going to give gear ratings on this show for the different tools we're talking about. If you are looking for other recommendations on tools, social media or otherwise, I do have a slew of videos at my YouTube channel, Really Social Solutions, but that is a way handier link right there, bit.ly/how-to-social-videos. Very easy, all lowercase. Go there, check it out. This video will be there as well. Subscribe. We're going to have a bunch of these. We're going to talk all kinds of tools. These might be tools buried within tools like Gmail or Facebook or Zoom or things like that. Things that you tend to use a lot anyway, and you're like, I had no idea that I could do this within this tool. So we're going to talk about that. We're also just going to talk about overall tools. And if I at any time have a relationship, some kind of barter or paid relationship with a particular tool, I will let you know. I am not paid by Facebook. So many of us wish we were. I'm not. And probably you aren't either. So we have that in common. So in no way is what I'm going to cover today going to be impacted by Mark Zuckerberg or anything like that. So I'm going to actually share my screen and go off of solo here. And let me actually get this a little bit more so I'm a little bit bigger. So we'll go back and forth with this a little bit. By the way, I'm using StreamYard plus Restream to broadcast this out on YouTube as well as LinkedIn at the same time with really awesome branding. They're pretty cool. So let me go ahead and hit play on this video because I recorded this video earlier today. I had an audio problem, so you're going to hear me talk over it right now. But essentially, I went in and actually, I can hear it. So let me see if I can mute that. No audio. I don't want to hear it. There we go. Hey, tools happen, right? That's QuickTime I'm using, and so it allowed me to mute it. So let me make that a little bit bigger, actually. So I did record me going through the browser version on Facebook, and you can see that you can now see rooms as an option below where you create a post and above where stories are. I don't know if that'll stay that way, but it looks similar to the stories because they're tall rectangles, rounded rectangles. You can create a room through a new post, or you can create it through that row of rectangles. It's essentially like a new kind of app or a type of post, if you will. You know how you can attach a photo or a video or a poll or a GIF or a watch party? It's like that. It's in that realm. So when you go through it, you can tell Facebook what icon can I say and designate what type of room this is. There's a whole bunch of options, a lot of casual ones, but you can tell it that. You can also invite friends on Facebook, and you can invite specific friends. So you can invite either all your friends or specific friends. So one thing I wanted to talk about really quick is where is this available? So currently, the Facebook rooms are available on profiles. So if you go into Facebook on your own profile, you should be able to create a room. If you don't see it yet, it should be coming out to you. I have a Samsung Android, a Galaxy, which I usually get things last. So I have it. I'm hopeful you have it too. So it is available on profiles and in groups. So I manage a group and I'm a member of some other groups, and I checked one that I manage and I checked one that I'm just a member of. The create a room is available in both of those. And I believe based on permissions in the group, if you're not an admin, you can create a room right in a group that you're a member of. As an admin, you certainly can do that too. So again, it works just like a post in both scenarios, where it's like you're attaching something to that post and you can create that. So it is available in profiles and groups. I did not see it available in pages yet. So for those of you asking, can I create a room? I don't see that yet. I would imagine that might be on deck. But as we know, sometimes Facebook keeps things relegated between groups and pages and profiles. Oh my. So it may not be there. So you can create a room via a new post or a prompt. It is above stories. I did check on my mobile app as well. It is sitting just like on the browser, right between where you can create a new post and stories. It's a little row right there. We'll see once we open this. And I actually, when I test drove this today, I just opened it to all my Facebook friends, and we'll see in a moment as the video goes on. We actually had a few people show up, so you can kind of designate who you want to show up. But one thing I thought was really interesting, once you get into the Facebook room, I'm so used to Messenger, and let's be clear, it's a Messenger feature. Facebook owns Messenger. Messenger is part of Facebook, but you get to Messenger on browser via a different method. You can do the little chat on the bottom, which is really annoying, but you'll see it opens a new tab into a messenger.com page, okay? And so now you can see in there, I am actually sitting in the room. There is no text chat feature in this. So if you're used to using Messenger, where you can do a myriad of things, you can text chat with people, you can share gifts, you can do video calls, you can do voice calls, you can send money. You can't do all that in this. It is strictly for video or voice, which is really interesting considering this is supposed to compete with Zoom. Zoom has chat feature in it and even some reactions, but you can't do that in here. So you can, it is for voice or video only. You can share a screen in it, which worked out just fine today. I was able to share my screen, so that's really cool. We've already talked about how you can invite all your friends or specific friends. If you are creating this in a group, you'll basically create it so that all the group members can be members of or can join the room. Also, once you do get into your room, you can lock out any additional participants. So if you get a certain number of people into the room and you decide, you know what, I'm closing the doors, you can lock it down to where nobody else can come in. You can turn that off at any point too, but you're able to do that. And it does work very similarly to Zoom. And let me just kind of maximize my screen here. You can see I'm kind of moving my mouse around, and let me hide that lower third there. So you can actually see your controls for yourself are there. You can see on the screen, I'm sharing a screen. So that works very similarly to about every other browser type of sharing you can do. But you can share a screen, you can share an application tab, you can share a specific app or a Chrome tab, okay? So you can share all of that. I only shared my screen briefly before I hopped back in. You can control if your video's on or off, if you're muted or not. You can remove other participants and such like that. Obviously, we've got someone joining from mobile and someone joining from desktop. So you can also invite people, grab the link to your room, and just send it out to people. So if you still are looking for people to join the room, you can go give it to them, okay? So several options there. Now, a couple things, I'm going to make myself larger here again. A couple things that surprised me. So you have a lot of options in there. I can see how it would be useful, particularly to be a competitor to Zoom or Teams, for people to use this. Very much so, too, for casual discussions. And you can see I had some more people join, and you can just see them come in, and we're all kind of displays them differently. You can do speaker view where it'll show just the person speaking, or you can do this gallery view. Two things it doesn't do that I think are a pretty freaking big deal is that you can't end the room. You can't end it. I tried. I played around. I've gone into my rooms that I've created several times, and you cannot end the room. There is nowhere to end the room. I created the room, and when I wanted to leave the room, and this video may show this, that I actually left this room and went back into it, and everybody was still there. I had no option to end it, which I think is a big deal. In Zoom, you have the option to leave a Zoom room, which will make someone else the host, or you can end the Zoom meeting. If you can't end the Facebook room, that to me is a huge red flag, because to me, this in no way can have a business application, because if you can never end a room, anyone can go in there who has the link or got invited. And that's fine if you're creating it for that purpose, to say, I just want this to be an eternal gathering place where people can get on video or voice chat. I would do this with my family. We do weekend Zooms right now, and every week I have to remind them, saying it's the same link, don't worry about it. But instead, I could just say, you know what, let's do a Zoom room on Messenger. It's always going to be open. So you can't end it. I don't know if that is an option that they have not rolled out or if that's a glitch, but you can't end a room. The other thing you cannot do is you can't record a room. So that's another thing you can do in Zoom. You can do in Teams, I believe, but you can't apparently record the Messenger rooms call or video chat or whatever. Again, if you're looking at this as a business alternative, I don't think that's a very good omission of a feature, because there are going to be times you're going to want to record. Zoom does a great job at this, because when you record, not only does it record the actual as it happened, whatever was displaying on the screen, it'll also record a gallery view for you if people are on video, and you can see them all in different pieces. So you have two different options of recording, plus it records the chat. So you can actually record anything that was happening. Again, there's no chat in Messenger rooms, in Facebook rooms, so you're not going to need to record that. But if you wanted to record this, and I could see that having some application for personal use as well. If you had a family get together and wanted to record this moment, you can't do it. So those are just some of the things. It does have a lot of features. It seems to work pretty seamlessly. Again, it opens it up in a separate tab. Once you leave, it asks for your rating and how the experience was, and then you just hop back over to the other tab where you were in your Facebook. If you want to join the meeting again, you basically just go back to the same post where you created it and hit click join. Now, this is what I did notice, and again, I'll keep this on screen so you guys can see what was happening with it. We're also going to see the person on mobile is going to use some filters. There's apparently some lenses you can use in the mobile version of this. So here's where I hopped out on the screen. You can see that I left. And I left, and I'm going to hop back over to my Facebook tab, and I wanted to see, well, did it end? Did it, it didn't look like it ended the whole thing. And so I'm going to go back to, there it is, my post, and I'm going to click back into join the room. It says it's still happening now, and you'll see everybody's still in there when I go in. Okay, so there they all are. So what's interesting about that is I did delete the post, because once we ended this room, or I thought we did, we all left it. And I deleted the post that I initially created it with. The room was still there. I got a notification a few minutes later that one of my other friends who'd seen it was trying to get into it. The room was still there. So I think what is happening is once it creates a Zoom room, it's there forever. If someone has the link, they can get into it. So I could technically go back and rejoin this same room, even though I deleted the post. If I can go find the person that messaged me saying, hey, I wanted to get in, I can get back into it and restart the room. So what happens too is that when when someone on your friends list or invites you does create the room, you get a push notification that it's going on. You can schedule rooms too. So that's another pretty cool thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little on the fence about this, because I think it lacks too many features that other tools have, even the free version of Zoom. I don't know that there's any time limits on these. I think based on what Facebook put out, there are none. So that's an advantage. Again, I'm sure a lot of people will try it out with their family and friends. It'll work just great. But a huge red flag is the fact that you can't end a room. I just see too much application where you'd want to end a room. So why wouldn't you do that? All right, so let's talk about room versus Zoom versus Teams. I don't know. I use all three. At least I've used all three as of today. I tend to use Zoom a lot for my work, so I gravitate toward that. The features in there are good. One thing I don't tend to like about Zoom is you can't talk simultaneously with other people. So if you wanted to do something recorded together, it's kind of impossible. Teams, I think the same thing. You kind of do a one-by-one speaker mode, and it seemed that way too in Rooms. I'm sure Rooms will be great for the casual user. It'll be great for families connecting. From a business standpoint, I'm going to have to say no. It doesn't compare to Zoom, mostly for those two reasons. I can't end it, apparently, and I can't record it. And I think those are two big business needs that someone would need. Teams, again, I think that still has so much application. Plus, I mean, I believe you have to pay for it anyway, so it works out really great for a work account. Whereas obviously Rooms is going to be free, but so is Zoom, again, for up to 40 minutes of meeting. So, you know, you can have a free Zoom account and get a lot done. So when it comes to the gear rating for this tool, I'm going to give Facebook Rooms 3 out of 5 gears. It's fine. Maybe it'll get better if they add that end or record feature. I would give it a higher rating. But as of right now, it's going to get a 3 gears from me. So if you feel like trying it out, go check it out. Comment below on if you think I'm totally off base, if you think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg would have invented sliced bread or at least copied it if he had the chance. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a competitor. It is what basically Facebook does every time, is it copies something, another tool that works perfectly fine, and provides it on Facebook. So that, my friends, is my rating for Facebook Rooms. I will have a blog, and of course this video will be on my YouTube channel, and I will have a more rigorous walkthrough of how to create a room on my YouTube channel as well, just in case you want to do it and are stuck and don't know how. So please do join us too next week. So this will be happening every week, right around 7 p.m. Eastern here on LinkedIn. I work too, so I hope you'll understand that there's got to be some flexibility there. You need to be flexible too. It's not like we're all going anywhere anyway right now, right? Next week, I'm happy to announce Drew Linsalata with HELIX is going to be my guest on GEAROUP. I will tell you right now, I do use HELIX. They're a WordPress management and hosting platform. Drew's team is awesome. They help host really.social and also my other website, imposit.show, which, by the way, he helped me so much because I am one of those people that started ignoring emails I was getting during the whole pandemic, because I'm in crisis communications too. And I may or may not have let my website domain lapse. So I have to get that together. And Drew helped me a ton with that, told me exactly what to do, and I'm going to get that fixed. So we're going to have Drew on next week. And again, this is Gear Up with me, Rachel Moore. It's a show about digital tools and useful stuff. So I hope you found this useful. I hope you let me know if you have any questions. I hope you let me know if you disagree with me. I can take it. I think I'm pretty solid in my stance on this one, so don't think I'm going to change my mind. And I'll probably do like a little mobile walkthrough of that tool as well, because, well, let's face it, we're all going to use it on mobile. All right, thank you so much for joining me this week. And let me know too, lastly, if there's any tool out there that's digital that you think I should try out and you'd like my review on. I may have already used it, but if I haven't, I'd be happy to try out for you and just check out and see what I think about it, and if it is indeed useful, and if I can give it a 5-star gear rating. Okay. Have a great rest of your evening, whatever you're doing, wherever you're watching, whoever you're with. Stay safe. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. Wear a face mask outside, or at least just take one along. Ain't gonna kill you. Literally, it ain't gonna kill you to wear a face mask. But have a great rest of your week. I'll see you here next Thursday, right around 7 p.m. Eastern, to talk to Drew and have another session of Gear Up. Thank you.